Did you know that your flute is one of the most delicate of all of the musical instruments? Well, although it's made of shiny metal that appears to be very sturdy, it's extremely easy to bend and break. There are several common problems that occur with flutes, and they are mostly related to improper care or improper assembly/disassembly, whether intentional or not. The most exciting moment for a new flutist is when they open their flute case for the very first time and see that sparkly, gleaming new flute inside. But their favorite day turns to shadows and ruin when they realize that they've bent it all to pieces trying to assemble it without being properly instructed. I'm going to give you some important tips that will help any flutist correctly assemble and disassemble their instrument without even a hint of damage. First, you need to know which direction the case should be when opening it. An upside down case is a flute disaster in waiting. Next, know that you will get fingerprints on your flute. It's inevitable, and don't stress about it. These can be easily wiped off with an appropriate cloth later. Because of the quick tarnishing effect of a flute, that's when it gets all icky and brown instead of nice and shiny. You must put them away in their cases every day. This means that the flute will be put together and taken apart many, many times in any given year. So when properly assembling and disassembling the flute, it's a simple thing for me to say, just don't grab the keys. The keys are the round, important looking things, the buttons that you push with your fingers. These keys are extremely easy to bend, and it's probably the easiest way to put the instrument out of alignment. Perfect alignment is imperative. It's very important because the pads under the keys need to seal off any air from leaking through the keyholes. Now, most players are unaware that they are every single day pushing, shoving, or even twisting their flute into a state of need to go to the repair shop, doom. So I'm just going to instruct you. Pick up the body of the flute from its ends, not in the middle where the mechanism and keys are. Hold the body in your left hand from its top, where there are no keys, and use your right hand to carefully twist the head joint on. You probably have no idea that the joints of the flute are tapered just a little bit. That's what enables the tight fit. Now, when the pieces are secured properly, they have no leaking of air. And the leaking of air is what gives good tone a run for its money. Do not push the head joint in all the way. Flutes are made to be set out a few millimeters or even a centimeter, depending on certain tuning. Continue holding the flute from the top of the body, where the logo usually is, with your left hand, while you take the foot joint in your right hand from its end and carefully twist it into place. Be really careful not to cross-thread this piece. I know, it does have threads, even though you can't see them. A stuck foot joint is a total nightmare, and a fix can only be remedied properly by a very skilled technician. Avoid cross-threading by feeling a very comfortable sliding feeling when twisting the piece into place. If it feels wrong, it probably is. Be careful. Twist it back off and start again. Never push the foot joint straight on. This will cause the joint to stretch over time, and the pieces will become loose and fall off involuntarily. Here's a foot joint that does not fit properly. This student has been instructed to fix her habit of pushing her foot joint straight on as she assembles her flute and of pulling it straight off while disassembling it. This flute will have to visit a repairman. So just to recap the top points to this video, please remember, we'll never want to grab the keys to our flute. Always twist instead of push. And overall, be very nice to your flute. Put it back in the case when you're done playing. Good luck!